Now we will discuss basics of the counters. Counters is a digital circuit which is used to count the number of clock pulses applied as an input. It is a digital circuit and it is a sequential circuit where output depends upon the present input as well as the previous output. That's why it needs a memory element. And the memory element used in case of the counter is nothing but a flip-flop. That is a 1-bit memory cell which stores a 1 bit of information. So basically counter, it is the group of flip-flops connected in such a way that it will count the number of clock pulses applied as an input. So there are different types of the counters are available. Based on the direction, there are two types. One is up counter which counts in ascending direction, that is 0, 1, 2, 3. And second type, it is a down counter which counts in a descending direction, that is a 3, 2, 1, 0. So based on the direction, there are two types, up counter and the down counter. Second classification of the counter is based on the clocking method, that is the way in which the clock is applied to all the flip-flops present in the counter. So the two types are, one is asynchronous and second one is a synchronous counter. In case of the asynchronous counter, output of a first flip-flop is connected as a clock input to the second. In case of the synchronous counter, all the flip-flops will be clocked simultaneously. Now let's take an example of one of the 2-bit asynchronous counter and how it will work and how it will count the states in a up direction. So that's why we can, in order to design a counter, we can use the different types of the flip-flops, like a T flip-flop, that is a toggle flip-flop, JK flip-flop, SR flip-flop. So we are considering the example of the 2-bit asynchronous counter using T flip-flop. Here the significance of a 2-bit means it will count a 4 different state, that is a 2 raised to 2, and the number of flip-flops required will be 2. So here 2 T flip-flops are shown. The inputs of both the T flip-flop is connected to the logic 1. So that's why they will toggle with each clock pulse. The original clock pulse is given to the first flip-flop, which is a LSB flip-flop, and output of a first is connected as a clock input to the second. The type of triggering we are used in the circuit, that is the negative age triggering, that is the arrow with the bubble. It indicates the negative age triggering, means the output of the flip-flop will change with respect to the negative age of the clock. Now before going to discuss the detailed operation of the counter, initially let's see the truth table of the T flip-flop, where T is the one of the input of the flip-flop. If T is 0, whatever the output we get, it remains same, and if T is 1, the output will be toggle of the previous, that is a QN bar. That is, if T is 0 and my present state is 0, next state will be 0 only. If T is 0, present state is 1, next state will be 1. Means for T is equals to 0, there is no change in the output, it remains same as the previous. So what we can say, it is nothing but a QN. But if T is 1, present state is 0, next state is a 1. So that is the toggle, opposite of the previous state. Similarly, if T is 1, present state is 1, next state is 0. So for these two cases, we are getting the output exactly complement of the previous state. So for T is equals to 1, output will be complementary of the previous. So this is the working of the T flip-flop. Now as in our circuit, 2 different T flip-flops are there. So initially we will analyze each of the flip-flops separately, considering its input and the clock signal applied. That's why we have drawn a clock signal here. Clock is nothing but simply a square wave signal. Here TA and TB both are continuously connected to logic 1. So TA and TB both are constantly 1. So initially we will draw the waveform for the QA, that is the output of the first flip-flop. So for QA, for first clock pulse, we will assume the initial condition as a 0. During the first clock pulse, that is the negative going age, because here we have used the negative age triggering, that is the falling age we can also see. So at this clock age, the value of TA is 1. So if value of T is 1 and previous state is 0, next state will be 1. So it will toggle at this place and it will remain 1 till the next age comes. At the second clock pulse, again TA is 1. So TA is 1, so it will again toggle and 1 to 0. For next clock age, again TA is 1, so it will toggle. So we can say that if you apply constant logic 1 input to the T, then it will toggle with each clock pulse. So this is the QA waveform we are getting for a first flip-flop. Now let's analyze a second flip-flop. Second flip-flop, that is the TB and the QB. For this flip-flop, the input is TB and clock input is nothing but a QA. So in order to draw the waveform for the QB, we will consider the QA as a clock input and we have to consider the negative edges of that QA. So these are the negative or the falling edges. So our output of a QB will change only at these two specific instants. Till the first clock age, we will assume the QB value will be 0. So at this clock pulse, the value of TB is 1. TB is 1, so it will toggle at this clock pulse and it will remain constant till the next clock age. At this clock instant, again TB is 1, so it will toggle to the 0. So this is in this way it will continue the waveform. Now for this counter, the outputs of a counter are nothing but QA and QB. But for that, QB is nothing but a MSB and QA is the LSB of the counter. So assuming QB as a MSB, this is 0, this is 0, this is 0, this one is 1, 1, 0, 1 and 1. Now if we consider the QB initially as a MSB, then for this particular clock cycle, QB QA is 0, 0. For second clock cycle, it is 0, 1. For third clock cycle, it is 1, 0. For fourth, it is a 1, 1. After that, it will continue with the 0, 0. So we can see that with each clock pulse, our count is incrementing from 0, 1, 2, 3, again 0, 1, 2, 3. That is a 4 different states will be counted by the counter as it is a 2-bit asynchronous counter. Now this counter is a up counter which is counting in a ascending direction. But if we want to count in a descending direction, that will be a down counter. So we just need to change this negative age triggering to the positive age triggering and that will convert it into a down counter. Similarly, if we have to use a positive age triggering for this counter, then for up counting, we need to connect a QA bar with the positive age triggering to the next flip-flop. For the down counter, we need to connect the QA with the positive age triggering to the next flip-flop. In this way, we can design a various types of the counter with positive age triggering or negative age triggering for up counting as well as the down counting.